Alright, so this is another remake of another fanfiction idea I did a little while back, and I thought it'd be kind of fun to return to. And that is Stormhawk's Beast Wars. So, Stormhawk's Beast Wars was basically an idea that what it was this idea that it was like a Stormhawks Transformers Beast Wars AU. That was really much the idea for it, was just because I found it kind of funny one time of how many voice actors were in Stormhawks and how many of them were also in Transformers Beast Wars. And yes, it does kind of follow the same theme, but then again, a lot of superhero shows too, a lot of action cartoons do. But I thought it'd be kind of fun, and it really would make sense of having the Stormhawks characters as like Maximals and Predacons. So yeah, the last time I did this, I was like, I really wanted to come back to it, and after the Ladybug Venom video and how well that did, and how well accomplished I am with that remake, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna come back and remake another one. So here we are again with another remake, Stormhawks Beast Wars. So let's get into it. So the story is that this is set in the Beast Wars continuity. This is set during the Beast Wars story, but it does not take place on Earth. Where it does take place is that this is in the Beast Wars timeline. Optimus, Primal, and the rest of the Maximals and Predacons have all landed back in time on Earth. Now, here is where the Stormhawks come in. In here, Arrow and the other Stormhawks are just a bunch of Maximals who are doing a prison transport for a group of Predacon radicals. It turns out that in this continuity, Cyclonus is a fanatic. She's a Predacon fanatic who was inspired by Megatron to make, fight the Maximals. Her and her cadre were actually meant to. The idea, their whole plan was Cyclonus and her forces were going to actually join up with Megatron before their attack on the Maximals. But what happened was they were captured and now being sent to a prison planet. So we have, of course, we have Cyclonus, we have Ravis, we have Snipe, and Dark Ace. Now, on the Stormhawk side, it's the whole crew, but it's also Carver who is leading the group. Carver is basically leading the group. What they don't know is Carver's already decided to switch sides. So he attempts to he basically is I'm here, the Maximals are just seeing me as nothing more than a warden. I want to be so much more, and Cyclonus convinces him to join their side. So Arrow and the others fight Carver, but he breaks out the Predacons. The ship goes down and lands on a wayward planet, Atmos. So from there, it basically comes like Beast Wars. It more or less becomes exactly like Beast Wars, where we have both sides vying for control on Atmos. Now for here, let's talk about their alt modes. So let's start with the Stormhawks first. So Arrow is a hawk. He is a red-tailed hawk. That's his alt mode. Piper, Piper's alt mode is actually a... What was it? Because I had it I should have wrote it down because it was really good. Piper's alt mode is a leopard. Her alt mode is a leopard. Finn's alt mode is a Smilodon. Then we have almost said Rhinox. Junko. Almost said Junko because the names are so are almost exactly the same. Junko's alt mode is a woolly rhino, and Stork's alt mode is a salamander. A giant salamander, just a big salamander. So those are our Maximals. Also, Radar is here, and Radar is actually a Minicon who actually links up with Arrow and gives him a special sword to use in combat. So let's talk about the Predacon alt modes. Master Cyclonus is a giant bat. That's her alt modes. Like, it just made so much sense to make her a bat. Then we had Dark Ace. Dark Ace's alt mode is a falcon, like a peregrine falcon, or a more evil-looking peregrine falcon. You have Carver. Carver's alt mode is a cave lion. Then you have Snipe, who is an Ankylosaurus, because I thought it'd be so much fun to have Snipe as as an Ankylosaurus, because just the idea of him using his club as like the club he uses, the mace he uses, when he transforms into his beast mode, it becomes his tail. So yeah. Then we have Ravis, who is a raven, because that was just too easy. So those are our opposing forces in the war for Atmos. Cyclonus, when they crash land, is like, like they lost the ship, but this Cyclonus is like, this is a new world to conquer. This is this can be the new Predacon the new Predacon HQ. And once Megatron returns, I will show him, and there will be a new era, a kingdom of Predacons, and we will be here to bring it to him. So, yeah. So throughout the story, I was kind of thinking there'd be other Predacons that would show up as well. I mean, Maximals and Predacons. Let's get to the Raptors first, because you're probably waiting on the Raptors and where they are. The Raptors are actually known as Raptor bots, and they're descendants of the Dinobots. They're the direct descendants of the Dinobots, and they don't really have a side. They don't both sides are kind of vying to kind of convince them which side they should join, and they've actually been living out here on Atmos for a while. Repton is a Giganotosaurus. Spitz is a Velociraptor. Then you have Hork, who is a Styracosaurus, and you have Loogie, who is a what was Loogie? Loogie was a Allosaurus. So they're the Raptor bots are like this big demolition team, and they fight for no one side but their own. You have Starling, whose she is a wayward Maximal who has been more or less kind of demoralized by the war between the Maximals and Predacons, and she's just kind of like on her own. In fact, her alt mode is a wolf. Get it? Because she's a lone wolf. Then you have Suzy Lou. Her alt mode is a dire wolf. Then you have Triton. His alt mode is a great white. As for others, you have Harrier, who's a bald eagle, because of course that blowhard would have a bald eagle. And for other characters, who else did I have on the Predacon side? Well, who else did I have on the Predacon side? Oh, yeah, Domowick. Domowick was a mole, because he's a treasure hunter, so his alt mode's a mole, and he just digs around. Then you also have the Nightcrawlers, which in this story, the Nightcrawlers are protoforms that the Predacons found, and Cyclonus used Dark Energon to corrupt them. So their alt modes are all like bats and whatnot. So yeah. So there you go, guys. That's kind of the idea. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of this new version of Stormhawk's Beast Wars? Did you guys like it, hate it? Comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in Multiverse.